South Africa.
You're listening to Radio Pulpit, your daily companion. It is just for you, with you up until 11 o'clock. I'm Swungile Mofokeng, gave you awesome sounds. Tim Godfrey there said to you and I what the enemy meant for evil. God has turned it around, and he's not alone there. He's with Nathaniel Bussey and Tim Bauman. And that was, of course, followed by Cece Winans. Mercy said no. And today we are trusting that Mercy will continue saying no. We are talking human trafficking. I'm not alone in the studio. I'm with a beautiful queen. She's heritaging. She's wearing today's regalia or today's traditional dress, and she's celebrating. You are celebrating, of course, right?
Yes.
But is it Heritage or is it Pride Day? What is it, Fanda?
It's Heritage Day today.
Oh, so it's Heritage with Braai.
Yes.
Are you well?
I'm good, thanks.
Let me take a moment and greet all the family members. Pastor Virginia, hello to you. And Pastor Silver, hello to you. Thank you so much for tuning in and being with us, just dropping in to say hello. We too are working today. Oh my, we all working, hey? Since Ntombi is here with me in the studio, so it means we are siyasebenza. And says, good listening to your voice. Thank you so much. Welcome, Sis Ntombi. How are you again? You good? Good.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. Yeah.
And I should say that we don't have listeners.
Okay.
No, we don't. So if you would say to your listeners, my head is going to the guillotine.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have family, and welcome to the family of Radio Pulpit. So we got family members, not listeners, but family members. So, so we're talking a very serious thing that's happening, and it seems like it's growing. I've seen videos on TikTok, on Facebook. Even men are saying, I think I saw 3 men already, young guys who looked very nice, posh and handsome, who said, now I'm afraid of going alone. Yes. People were chasing after me. People were following me. I went into the store. They followed me. And it seems like we're seeing a lot of human traffic, I don't know what to call it, but they would be following a person around. Some are stolen. At malls, we hear of malls. We hear of even on the streets, a person would be coming from buying bread, and then there's a car, and then there are people who say, can we ask? And whilst the person is listening, they grab them. And I think it's something that when we were growing up also, we knew it happened.
True.
There would be, I think where I lived, I'm from Mabopani, in the former Buputatswana.
Yes.
And I remember where I lived, there were children who were stolen whilst they were playing on the streets. Children would wake up and go play with their friends on the streets.
Yes.
So there would be a car or a bicycle rider who comes and then Mwana is gone. And so we're hearing lots and lots of this.
Yeah.
But do we understand it in South Africa? Do we know what human trafficking is?
Yeah, I think now that the Department of Social Development has this program of human trafficking, now we are busy making awareness campaigns, so most people now understand. Because one person once asked me, I was at the University of it was TUT.
Yeah.
And then it was like, is this thing really happening? Because we only hear about this trafficking thing on TVs, radios, and everything. Is it really happening? I was like, yes, it's happening here in Pretoria, everywhere you are. So it's happening in our communities.
So what is human trafficking?
So human trafficking, we are actually guided by the Trafficking in Person Act 7 of 2013, which explain human trafficking as recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring, and receipt of persons. So by means of threat, so people are being threatened, they are forced with any other forms of coercion, abduction, fraud, deception. People that can be deceived to human trafficking. So some other people, they will use their power, because I have power of some sort, and then I can be able to deceive this person. Or sometimes they check if you are a vulnerable person. Like, for example, if you are coming to from a poor background, then you are vulnerable. So they take the advantage of that. So what is this is for? So the main purpose of this is exploitation. They are going to exploit you. So exploitation, at a minimum, exploitation is exploitation. It can be sexually, it can be forced labor, it can be slavery, or servitude, or removal of organs. There are people their organs can be removed.
They're harvesting organs from people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I once had a client who said to me, a Sangoma actually took me to his place, and then he told people that I was his wife. And then he was threatening me to say, I want to remove your womb. So we have all that, yeah.
Sure. And there's also one thing that I've seen. I think it was on these social media platforms.
Yes.
They were running a test. Sometimes they would run tests.
Yes.
I think I saw 2 videos, different ones, where they would lure a young teenager to somewhere, and this teenager doesn't even know whom they are talking to, but and they are saying it's easy. It can be that easy to just get your teenager. And I pretend to be 14 years old, and then I lure her or him, and then the child goes out, meets me. I was so scared to see this girl who went into somebody else's house. She doesn't know them. And then she meets this young man who says, okay, I'm coming. They go to the bedroom, for that matter. He leaves her in the bedroom and he walks out.
Yeah, usually they use your platforms, your Facebook,
Yes.
where they will say, I'm so and so. And when you check in that Facebook page, they're actually lying, because even the client that I'm talking about, she saw this person, she met this person in Facebook.
Yeah.
And this person was saying, I'm this age. And when she met this person, this was an
Totally
old
different.
person, totally different from what she saw.
Yeah, and the other one that I saw is when they were running tests and seeing how people would love their spouses. And a person says, so for your wife, can I give you $1 million? And then this person, and a night with your wife. I do whatever I want, no questions asked, and I bring her back to you, and here's $1 million. And the person says, oh, no, take her. No, Ronaldo Coloto, take her. That is like really disturbing.
Yeah, because we do have people who come to our offices and they're experiencing that. They will tell you, my husband was the one recruiting
Orchestrating.
people,
Yeah.
like maybe 7 men who come to our house, and those men have to sleep with me, and they give him money. So you see, that
It's
is human
still-
trafficking.
Sure.
That is trafficking.
Okay, tell us more ways on how does this human trafficking occur?
Yeah, so we have 3 elements in human trafficking. Number 1, which is recruitment.
Yeah.
So recruitment occurs in a country of origin where victims can either be deceived partially or fully, pertaining on an opportunity, maybe a job offer, a
Yeah.
scholarship,
Yeah.
modeling opportunity, and so forth.
Yeah.
Like, for example, we had South Africans boys who were recruited to Thailand, and when they applied for that post, they saw the post in Facebook.
Yeah.
So when they were applying for the post, they were told that they are going to Dubai to work as at an agency. But when they arrive in Dubai, now the story has changed. They are no more working in Dubai. They
Aibo.
found themselves in South Africa. They were here in Johannesburg. So you see all these things that is happening. You
So
apply
they
for
went
this,
there and they were brought back home
they are not
and held captive here.
Yeah, also these ones they were there in Thailand. These
Yeah,
ones,
yeah.
they were in Thailand. But when they arrive in Thailand, it's not Thailand. They're taken to another place.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So they were rescued recently. I think early this year. Yeah.
So you said there are 3 that does that one?
Yeah, so it's recruitment where people will tell you, okay, I'm going
There's
to
a
give you a
job.
job of some sort and everything. And then maybe if you have those beautiful girls who can be models, and then someone will come and say, you know what, you are so beautiful. I know about this modeling agency. They can give you an opportunity and everything. And then like that, you are in. And then number 2 is transportation. So in transportation, movement of victims can take place legally with documents and illegal without documents. So it depends. It can also take place locally or internationally. There are different kinds of transportation that traffickers use to transport victims. Traffickers can use planes, they can use ships, trucks, private cars, taxis, and others, they can say we were walking when we crossed the borders. So all the modes of transport that you can think of
But they're held
are being
captive.
used. They are held captive.
Yeah.
And someone is monitoring them. They are not walking alone in those transportations. So when the victims are transported, their belongings, such as identity documents, are taken from them. So the traffickers do this to gain ownership. Because remember, when you are in someone's country and then you don't have an identity document, when the police find you, they will say to you, where's your passport or where's your ID? And then if you don't have anything, they're going to arrest you because it means you are there illegally. Yes.
And
then the main purpose, remember, the main purpose
It's
is to exploit you.
Yeah.
So that is the last element of actually of human trafficking. So victims can be exploited in various forms: sexual exploitation on the streets, on massage parlors, in brothels, escort agencies, online exploitation, and for pornography. So we also have labor exploitation, where in illegal minings, we heard of illegal miners in South Africa recently, construction sectors, where people can be recruited for construction, for hospitality industry, for textile industry, for street begging. We see a lot of people in our streets in South Africa. When you look in the robots, you will see there's a lot of people who are begging on the robots. And those people, not necessarily that they are just begging, because not all of them are begging because it's a choice. Someone is looking after them. Someone is monitoring them.
It's a syndicate.
Yes,
There's a
someone is there.
Highball.
Yes, so this kind of crime is complex. It includes a range of issues such as migration, organized crimes, syndicated, as you are saying, drug cartels, and exploitation. So it is about human beings who are threatened, they are intimidated, they are brutalized, they are exploited, and even killed for profit.
Yeah.
So these traffickers, the main thing that they want to gain is money. They are benefiting something. Yes.
Sure. I remember also watching a video that the lady says, I was recruiting, and she would recruit in clubs. So where are they recruited from? Where are all these people got to get, where do they find them?
So, anyone can be a trafficker, including your family members, your friends, your neighbors, your pastors, professional people like us, someone who knows your vulnerabilities well enough to sell you to the traffickers can recruit you.
Yo.
Yes.
Sis Ntombi.
So anyone can be a victim as long as they fit what is currently in demand. If they say we are looking for a tall girl with brown eyes, yellow bone, yeah. So it means that at that time you are the target. Yes.
Yeah, no, yeah. So I'm just thinking about what that other lady said. She said at clubs it was so easy for her to get the girls, because what she would just do was take pictures with them. It's like, oh, Lebantle, you look so beautiful. Can we take a picture? You don't even know this person. And then she sends them via WhatsApp, and there's a bidding that happens to say, I'll get that one for this much. And then another one says, I want that one for this much. And
Yeah. So you see where deceptions come in. Because now they think we're just taking
a picture.
And
Kanti,
then now their pictures are being used.
They're
for something
advertised
else.
like a cool drink.
Yes.
When you go into store, there are
Yes.
different types of flavors right there. So that's what happens.
Yeah.
So you say anybody can be a human trafficker?
Yes.
Even family members?
Yes, they can be traffickers. Your parents can traffic you. They can sell you.
Like
as,
what
as
we
were
saw
talking about
on the news.
husband.
Yes.
And now as we're talking about the husband is a
Yes.
partner, is someone that you are intimate with. But
Yeah.
they can sell you for trafficking. So it can be anyone, your neighbors, your professionals, your nurses, anyone that you can think of.
Can be involved in this space.
Yes, people of high ranks, anyone.
Yeah, and that's why we are so puzzled in South Africa to
Yes.
see the story of Jocelyn, who was sold by her own mom,
Yes, yeah, that's true.
and nobody knows till today
See today
where
what
the child
happened.
is.
Yes.
So the ones who are receiving on the other end means they are very dangerous as well.
So you at the end of the day, hence it's very important when we, let's say for example, we have rescued people from outside the country. When they go back home, we need to check that site. if is it conducive for them to go back home,
Hey, Bo.
because we are not sure who actually sold them to the traffickers. Hence, we are talking about family members. So it's very important for us to check: is it safe for them to come back home,
Even in the family,
even in the family?
like the boys that you have.
Yes, you understand.
Sure.
Yeah, that's true.
And so, Sis Ntombi, when we're looking at those ones that we find are found and are captured as drug moles as well, are they also human trafficked to do this job?
You know, some other people, when it starts as if they have agreed. Some other people, they know what they're doing. They
Okay.
agree to say, okay, they know that we'll be transporting drugs. But when we talk about human trafficking, usually these people don't know.
You don't
what
have a
is
say.
Yeah, you don't know what actually the job that you're going to do. You are being told that you are going to run an agency, but when you arrive there, you are told, take these drugs. You are going to transport these drugs to this place. So you don't have a choice. You are told to do so, and you are threatened. So under threat, you can do whatever. You can agree in
Okay,
everything.
here's a story that I read last month on yeah, it wasn't on social media,
Yes.
but it was on the news as well. And this girl was killed by the pastor. So they lured her. They pretended that they are looking for jobs. The pastor and his wife said, no, we got jobs. We are working with certain companies and you can take your CVs and then you will get interviews. And this girl submitted. Jiggy, they called her, only to find that her mother died and left her with lots of money, but she was looking for a job because she doesn't have access directly now to the money yet. I don't know what were I forgot what were the reasons. And she was called and they said, no, you're going for a job interview. And as she was preparing, she tells her boyfriend, no, I've been called pastor, and his wife said, only to find that on her way there, and funny, she felt uneasy about it. She tells the boyfriend, now I'm going there, but now I feel like this, and this is where I'm at. Only to find the pastor and a relative to the pastor killed her. And then they called, it was a funeral, something. They called that funeral whatever
Pala.
to say, not even Pala, I
Okay.
forgot, some policies,
Okay.
and they called and they said, the following day, the wife calls, we would like to claim because she died yesterday. And apparently now the boyfriend had reported her missing. And so that side, they decided no, because she was reported missing. Now it looks like it's a police issue, because now the police haven't said she has been found, and now these ones are looking for money.
It's fortunate.
Is
enough
that also human trafficking?
that is human trafficking. You know what? Ne? It's very important that when you remember, she was promised a job.
Yes.
Ne?
Yes.
So what is happening? We don't know why did they kill her. We don't know the reason behind it. Why did they kill her? But it's very important that she told the boyfriend of what is happening. I
Yeah.
applied for a job,
Yeah.
and then this is what is happening and everything. So it assisted now
Okay.
on the family to know what happened in the situation. And what I want to say to the people of South Africa is that it's very important that when you get a job, when you apply for a post, or maybe you see an advertisement, make sure that you verify that that job that you're applying for is legit. Don't just
legit.
apply for any other job and you just go there and everything without verifying.
Sis
Check if the job is
Ntombi.
legit. It's very important.
How do you do that?
Yeah.
Because that's the question I get.
Yeah.
Whenever I would say that, I would get that to
You
say,
can
hey,
also, we have organizations that we're working with. You can also check with us as the Department of Social Development. We can be able to check for you. We have organizations like 821. You can call them and you can go to their website. They can be able to assist you. Yeah, we got international relations that we're working with, like DERCO. You can call them. They can be able to check for you. Yeah.
so just verify.
Just verify. Make sure that the job that you're
We
applying
just get
for is there.
excited.
Yeah. You need to check if people they say we are these people,
Yeah.
are they who they say they are?
Oh, now I remember
Yes.
the whole story, Sis
Yes.
Ntombi. No, the pastor and his wife decided to take policies for their church members in inverted chromas. So they took their IDs, their whatevers, and they applied. And I think each member would qualify for a 1 point something million, whatever. And yeah, so they killed her for that.
Yeah, so you see, when we say that the main purpose of these people to do the trafficking and everything is
Money.
for
The
people.
modus operandi is the same
Yeah.
throughout.
Yes,
We just need to pay attention.
that's true.
Who are the victims?
So anyone can be a victim. Yeah, men, women, children, adults with disabilities, orphans,
What?
pregnant women, the LGBTQA plus community, the persons with elderly people. They can be victims of trafficking. Anyone.
Haibo.
No one is immune to
We
trafficking.
thought they were looking for like babies, young children, young men and young women. Now even people with disabilities.
Yes. It depends on what they are looking for. What is it that they want to achieve?
Persons with
Let's say, for
disabilities.
example, in that person with living with disability, they just want a kidney to go and give it to someone who is in hospital. They are going to sell it. Remember, they can sell it.
Black market.
Black market.
They sell it on the black market.
And they get a lot of money for that.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a break. I need a breather. We're coming back, family. You can talk to us. I know it's disturbing, but you can ask your questions. So the lines are open for you on 012-334-1322. Alternatively, you can just send us a WhatsApp or a Telegram on 082-657-2729.
Hallelujah.
ihamba nawe lendlela yobomi. Hlala umamele, tyelela ku radiopulpit.co.za.
Power belongs to you, and that is Ntokozo Mbambo. She actually is featured there by Halal Africa. And yes, my family, it is just for you, with you up until 11 o'clock. I'm Spongile Mufukeng. I'm not alone today. I'm with social development. Can I say that? I'm with Sis Ntombi Moloi. We're talking human trafficking. And guys, it's real. It's real. It's happening. And sure, sometimes we, as you said earlier on, you said people would ask and say, but is it really happening? I remember talking to a girl who was nearly human trafficked on her way from this from buying bread at their spaza and going to her house. By God's grace, one of the neighbors saw it, opened the gate and started shooting and chasing the guys, and so they left her there. But and I remember talking to her on air, and people were like, "What?" So people would blame you, and she was just going to buy bread, so she shouldn't even go buy bread.
You know, we're not safe. We're not safe in our own country.
Hi,
We
Bo.
can't work in our own communities
Hi, Bo.
because these people are everywhere. You know. Yeah.
And what are the current trends of human trafficking in persons right now?
So as we all know that we are in a country where most of our youth are unemployed. So we have online employment opportunities where people are using social media to recruit people, targeting that unemployed youth. As I was giving an example, there are people who are unemployed, who are looking for employment. They go to Facebook to look for that for job opportunities. So when they are being interviewed, most of the time when they find a job in Facebook, the interview doesn't happen like one-on-one. Mostly they will tell you, okay, join the what is that other platform? The blue one. What do you call it? The one with an arrow. They use that one for interviews. I will tell you I have it now.
Yeah.
They use that one for interviews. They don't see the people. So like for that case,
So you don't see who you're talking to.
you don't see who
Zoom?
you are talking. The people will say to you, I'm
Not on Zoom.
I'm HR.
Okay.
They don't even give you the name. What is their name?
So
You understand?
would they put that on Zoom? Not even on Zoom.
Let me just Telegram. They usually use Telegram to conduct their interviews. So they don't make the video interviews most of the time. It will be an audio one. You don't see these people who are interviewing you and then they will tell you, come to a certain place on this day. And they are paying for your flight, your transportation. They make sure that they pay for.
And you feel I'm blessed.
You feel I'm blessed because at the end of the day, these people, they don't want
Yeah.
me to pay anything. They even give me money
Okay.
to make my passports.
Hold it right there. Let's see if the family, if this call is for us. Hi, family. How are you?
I'm blessed beyond measure. How are you, sisters?
Hey, Babunkosi. Yo, that's how I am. Hey, Babunkosi.
Ntombi kunjani?
Ngiyaphila baba Nkosi njani?
Jesu inkosi uyabusa.
Yeah, siyabonga baba.
Hey, nesiphathele indaba ezithusayo.
Ziyathusa
Hey,
kakhulu baba.
zishaqisa umzimba.
Sisacisa umzimba sisibongile. Yazi lento ekhulunywa usisitombi ukuthi anyone angaba i-trafficker.
Yes.
Yazi uma ngiyibheka iqiniso elingeke liphikiswe umuntu ngoba abanye abangama-trafficker hayi ukuthi bafuna ukwenza lokho.
Yes.
Uma nje bazokuphathela isithombe sengane yakho.
Yes.
Bathi siyayazi ingane yakho. Ifunda kuphi.
Yo.
Wena silethele neduzibani. Angeke sibe nenkinga nengane yakho.
Yo.
Uthi ubhekile ubone bamlethe ekhaya. Baletha lengane yakho bakwenzele example yokuthi ngakube besifuna umthatha ngabe simthethe.
Yes.
Ukuthi asifuni yena. Sisibongile uyalingeka umuntu. Azitshela ukuthi uprotect ingane yakhe kanti so ungena enkingeni.
Yo.
Once wamletha lo wokuqala so ungenile ungenile. So uzozwa ngabo manje ngoba sekunento bazokubamba ngayo ukuthi amaphoyisa azowazi ukuthi wena uwo wathatha uzibani.
Eish.
Sisibongile ibuhlungu lento. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you, Babunkosi. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Into le Ubamkosa Shoyo is very true.
Yeah.
Because there are people.
Let us explain it to somebody who doesn't understand
Yeah.
first. That Ubamkosi says that anybody really can be a human trafficker because they can come to a person and say, "We know where your child goes to school, and if you don't bring Ntombi, then your child is in trouble. We are either going to kill your child or something. We're going to harm them." And so a person says, "No, I'm protecting my son or my daughter," and then brings the person they're looking for, only to find that now you're hooked and now they got you because now you can't even do anything. If you try to say, no, I was just doing it because I wanted, they say, no, the police will know that you brought Ntombi to us and now you're in it. Now you are a human trafficker as well. Yo.
So, as I was saying, to say some people, they apply for certain jobs. They go to certain places. And when they get there, instead of them working that particular job, they are told, when you are here now, what you're going to do, you're going to recruit people. Let's say you are coming from South Africa. They say, you recruit more people from your country. They must come here. Now you are under threat. You are being threatened, as he's saying, to say sometimes they bring a picture of your own child to say, we know where your child is. We know we are going to kill the whole family. This is what we're going to do. They threaten you. So you are forced, not necessarily that you want to do it, but you are forced to do it because now these people are threatening you. You don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice now. You are locked in.
You are locked in.
But now, if that's the case, I'm just wondering. I'm just asking myself a question. Maybe Sis Ntombi, you can answer that. That if that's the case, like Ubabunkosi says, and you say, manje katla,
True.
you're in there. Can you still report it and say they made me do this? Would you be acquainted, or now you're gone?
Yeah, so it depends. If you get a chance, please do so. If you can be able to get a chance to report, please do so. Because remember, these people, when they have you, they are going to tell you that it's impossible for you to report. Where are you going to report? Who's going to listen to you? Because we are working with this so and so. So they make you think that it's impossible.
Your world
for
is
you.
so small.
Yes, you can't report anywhere. So make sure that if you get a chance, because what they're saying is a lie. If you get a chance to report, please report it because you are going to be able to be assisted. Remember, when people report they have been rescued from human trafficking, the Department of Social Development is the one who are going to assess and check if really this person is a victim of trafficking. So all those elements are going to be checked. What happened in that situation to find yourself being a recruiter and everything?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that is another trend that's used.
Yes.
And then you spoke about the unemployment.
Online unemployment.
Yes.
Employment.
So they use like Telegram. They talk to you. You can't see who you're talking to.
That's true. And also we have...
So wait. Wait. So, okay. So let's say, let me ask, is there a legit job where they can use Telegram and say, and you don't see the person? Or should your ears start,
it's
growing
like for
antennas?
example, applying for a government job. Let's say I'm applying for a job from the Department of Social Development, and the email address says I must send my CV to Ntombi Moloi at gmail.com. You should start asking yourself a question: why Gmail? Because this is a government employment. Why are they using a Gmail address? You must start asking questions.
I remember asking some others. They were calling me for something, and I said, "Oh, okay, so you're a governmental body." And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "Why are you calling me with a cell phone?"
Yes.
Because I would expect a 012, 011, something like that.
Yes. So okay. So for us in the department, we also have cell phones, but it's our work cell phones.
It makes it hard. It makes it hard. So, but okay. The very important thing is that even after all of that, verify.
Yeah. Verify. Make sure you check. You call the relevant people to check if this job that I'm applying for is legit. Don't just take any job and go without even checking, please. Yes.
Okay.
So we also have forced marriages of young foreign girls. People are being forced to marriages. You see this guy on Facebook. He said, "I'm Tsepo. I'm 28 years old, only to find out that Tsepo is 50 years old. And it's not even the picture of Tsepo that you see on Facebook. And then Tsepo said to you, let's meet. And then you go and meet with Tsepo. And then when you meet with Tsepo, Tsepo was like, and then you are shocked. But the Tsepo that I saw on Facebook is not
It's
the
not
Tsepo
the
that I'm
Tsepo that
seeing
I'm
now.
meeting now.
Yeah, and then Tsepo will tell you, no, don't be scared. It's me. Let's go together. You understand? You go with Tsepo, and then Tsepo said, from now on, again, when now you see the Tsepo, it's not the 28-year-old. When now you were looking for the 28-year-old, now you find the 50-year-old. And then now you don't want the 50-year-old. And then Tsepo said, you are going to be my wife from today forward. So I just want to give you an example of a case that I've dealt with. I'm not gonna
Disclose the names and
the
all.
names and everything. So this girl, she's from Mozambique. She saw this guy on Facebook, and then they came to South Africa. He forcefully took her from Mozambique to South Africa.
He is a South
Forcefully.
African.
He's not a South African.
He's a
Mozambican, but
okay.
he's able to
Okay.
be in and out of South Africa.
Okay.
He's a Sangoma. They came to South Africa when they were here. The girl is young. He's old. And then he was telling people that this is my wife from home. And she said, you know what happened when they were still in Mozambique before they come to South Africa? He said he made me bath with some, like he performed some rituals.
So to say if
yeah, he
you-
was introducing
if
me
you-
to even his ancestors to say, this is the person that you were looking for. And then she was shocked, she was scared. He forced her to bath with that water, he put things in that water, and then he raped her. So they came to South Africa. When they were in South Africa, she said we were in the taxi rank, the normal taxi rank that we know when you arrive in Pretoria. We were there. And then he took me to the township. He's a Sangoma. So she's saying, because I wanted to tell people, he was threatening me. He showed me a picture of a girl that was stabbed several times. And he was like, if you
I'll
dare
do this
tell
to them."
anyone, I'm going to do the same to you. So what I want from you is to take out your womb. That's what I want. So she said the people who are consulting to that Sangoma are the one who assisted her, because one came to ask her, is this really your husband? So she was scared to talk. She was like, no, I'm scared. So that lady said to her, you know what I will do? I'll come with my husband. My husband will distract him, and then we'll be able to communicate.
Okay.
So they were able to communicate with the girl, and then she was able to disclose.
Yeah.
And then she was like, okay, don't worry, don't tell him that we were talking about this.
Yeah.
I will find a way to help you.
Sure.
And then she went and told the community, and then that's when they came to rescue her.
So he abducted her
Yes.
so that he could do body organ
removal.
harvesting.
Yes. I don't know, maybe for him, because it's a Sangoma, he wanted to use the organ for muti.
Yeah,
Yes.
but who knows what else?
Who knows what else?
Maybe next to the
Yes,
eyes, maybe
yes.
next, and how was he going to do that without killing her?
Obviously.
Oh, Kev, hi Kev. Thank you so much for joining in and being with us. I know it's disturbing family members, but this is the truth that we need to face at times. Even when in your prayers, you need to know what we are praying for as well. And Kevin says, good content. This should not be, this should not instill fear, but awareness. That's so true. That's so true. And that's why Sis Ntombi is here to bring about awareness. And maybe you're looking at yourself and you're listening to me. As I'm listening to Sis Ntombi, I'm like, I keep telling her, ooh, I find myself there. That nearly happened to me. Really, it's like ringing a bell to say, and it's easy. If you're on radio, everybody's like, oh, we love you. Only to find that, we got plans about you. Okay, so when you're talking about human trafficking and you're talking about forced marriages of young foreign girls, what about if a girl is sold by their own family? Isn't that human trafficking? Because here in South Africa, there are young girls who are sold to marriage, to older men, because they are richer. And it happens in the villages, not much in the townships, but in the villages. I remember with UNESCO, there are some cases that we would be dealing with where a girl is like 13, but they are making her or forcing her to get married to an older man. And it's because the family wants money. Is that also human trafficking?
Yeah, so sometimes we are also guided by culture. So some other people, they follow their cultures. But I think a 13-year-old is very young to be involved in marriage. So it's very important that, as you see now, the family is going to benefit money.
Yeah.
Is the child wants to be there, is that she wants to be married at her age. So we need to be realistic also in that. So, but remember that also family members can also sell children for adoption. It's not only for marriages, they can also sell them for adoption. As long as they benefit something, that is human trafficking.
Okay. One would ask the last one where we are concerned. It's happening a lot in other countries like Lesotho. Hushubedisa. Is that also part of human trafficking?
So it depends on how it
I know
happens.
it's culture, but it's not a culture actually, because even back then, families would be at arms because you took out daughter forcefully, and now because you have already raped her, because that's rape, because they steal her, rape her, and tell her you're a wife now in this house, and
Yeah.
then they go pay lobola on the other side.
Yeah.
What
So
is that?
Maybe because she did not consent for that, she didn't want to be married. She was forcefully
Yeah.
taken.
Yeah.
And it depends what this person is going to do with her. Like you're saying, she was raped and everything. And then what is going to happen when she's with this man? What is the main purpose of him taking her to his place and saying, "You are now my wife"? So it also depends on what is going to happen with her. So because these three elements need to be proven: the recruitment, transportation, and exploitation. If they are proven, then it's human trafficking.
Okay. So foreign girls and what else?
So we also have forced labor for local spaza shops. Like, for example, we have Ethiopians who comes to our country, they open spaza shops. So there are people who don't come to South Africa voluntarily so to say, I'm going to South Africa to open a spaza shop and everything. Some people, they have been kidnapped from their country to come to South Africa. It is not their intention, but other people, they agree. There's something that we call smuggling that we're going to talk about. So when you are smuggling, is when you agree, when they say, okay, you know what, Ntombi, we're taking you to South Africa, we're going to work with you, we have a spaza shop, you're going to be working in that spaza shop, so you agree. But when you arrive in South Africa, you find out the things are different. You are being harbored in this place, you are being kept there, and they are waiting for someone to come and buy you. So now it turns into trafficking. You understand? So that is what is happening mostly with Ethiopian people.
So with smuggling, it's like smuggling somebody into.
Into the country. We agreed. You said you told me you told me that there's this opportunity in South Africa. So I'm coming with you to South Africa. You are going to be working in the shop. So we agreed because I'm in need of a job. So I come with you to South Africa. But when we arrive in South Africa, now I'm kept in a place, in a house. Now I'm being given a loaf a day to eat. There's no toilet. There's nothing.
Now that
You understand?
becomes trafficking.
Yeah,
now.
now it becomes trafficking.
Oh, okay. But if it doesn't, then it means
That
you're
is
just being
smuggling.
smuggled.
Yeah, you have been smuggling into the country. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your department is dealing with the worst.
it's a lot.
And just to hear you saying I was dealing with that case scares me a lot.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, okay. So, and tell us about where we can find out more about like human trafficking. Are there places where we can look into and find out about events where human trafficking is like highlighted? There's raising awareness and all that. What's
Yeah.
happening? Tell us.
So as the department, we have the 365 days calendar where we plan our events that we're going to do for the whole year. So like, for example, we on the 8th of February every year, we have the St. Josephine Bakita Day.
Okay.
So in that day, we actually celebrate or raise awareness in human trafficking. And on the 30th of July every year is World Day Against Trafficking in Person. So internationally, we are celebrating Trafficking in Person Day. So we raise awareness. That is our opportunity also to raise awareness. So on the 1st to the 3rd of October, each and every year in South Africa is Tip Week. Tip means trafficking in person.
Okay.
So that is the time where we make sure that we are raising most awarenesses regarding human trafficking. But in the 300, don't forget the 365 days. We are actually raising awareness in human trafficking, whether it's in churches, in schools, around our communities, clinics, everywhere we go. We raise awareness of about human trafficking. Yes.
Okay, so from the 1st to the 3rd of October, you'll be concentrating only on that.
Yes.
Well, you should come back.
I will come back.
You really should come back. Tell us more about your mandate as the Social Development Department on this.
Okay, so the Gauteng Department of Social Development have prioritized build-up activities targeting the hotspot areas and townships, informal settlement, hostels, and all other places that you can think of. So the build-up activities that are inclusive of tip, showstoppers, like radio interview today, I'm here. I'm also raising awareness, I guess. So as I was saying about the 365 days, so the corridor were requested to initiate and conduct a tip awareness campaign mainly at transportation hotspots. So we're going to be, actually on the 3rd of this month of October, we're going to be at Bosman, where we'll be raising a provincial tip awareness. So we are targeting, because if you see Bosman, we have our train, we have our buses, we have our taxis, we have our meter taxis. So that is the spot where everyone goes there for
And
transportation.
everything happens
so
there
everything
as
happens
well.
there. So that's why we are actually targeting that place. So the collaboration and activation of tip awareness within the taxi ranks assist in disseminating of information about tip. Taxi drivers, including queue marshals, commuters, taxi rank vendors, are equipped with information of identification of tip cases. So DSD has noted a need for collaboration and activation with other dominant modes of transportation, such as your airport, your truck depots and bus ports, which will also assist in identification and reporting of victims of trafficking. Yes.
All right. Okay. Let's take a break, and then we are coming back for the last time with Sis Ntombi.
Phila ubomi nathi mamela inkqubo zethu ku radiopulpit.co.za. Radio Pulpit 657 AM. Umhlobo wakho wemihla ngemihla.
Hi there, folks. Michael Heath here from Heath and Wenzel Optometrists. We've had the privilege of serving your family's vision needs since 1957 and will continue to offer the best vision solutions, from the latest in diagnostic and lens technology to vision therapy and everything in between. Call Linwood on 012-348-1177 or Linton's Corner on 012-880-8828 to book an appointment. We'll see you there.
Dis tyd vir sielerus en ontspan. ATKV Buffelspoort bied jou die perfekte wegbreek met ons alles in een promosie. Kry 'n kampplek vir 2 persone teen net R220 per nag vir lede en R250 per nag vir nie-lede vir 'n minimum van 5 nagte. Die Bosveld Loerie roep. Bespreek nou. Bepalings en voorwaardes geld.
Are you struggling to hear in noise? We can help. At the Ear Institute, we guarantee your hearing will improve, or we will refund your money. We are situated throughout South Africa and Namibia, and our professional team will offer you the best advice. Visit earinstitute.co.za for your nearest branch. Call us today. Ear Institute, where excellent hearing begins. T's and C's apply.
Strengthening faith, one broadcast at a time. OpenView 607, DSTV 882, and radiopulpit.co.za. Also, download our app and listen to our podcasts.
You're listening to Radio Pulpit, your daily companion. And yes, I know it's Heritage Day, right? We do know. But we have to be talking about this as well. Human trafficking is what's happening, what we see happening in our country and in other countries as well. We even see people being human trafficked into our country and from our country to others, or from our townships to another township, even inside. It's funny. I remember when somebody said, "No, you can be human trafficked from Pretoria to Cape Town." I was like, "What is that? Also human? It is human trafficking." Can we go to the theme as well, because you wanted to talk about the theme and then go to the mandate, and then we'll come to my queen here, Caroline Turnbull, so we can hear her message.
Yeah, so our theme this year, every year we have a theme. Last year our theme was reaching every victim of trafficking, leaving no one behind. So this year our theme is human trafficking is organized crime and the exploitation.
Okay.
So based on the cases and statistics that the Department of Social Development has attended to, Gauteng province is regarded as the source, transit and destination of trafficking in person. This means that victims are trafficked from South Africa to other countries, and foreign victims are brought into the country as a destination for exploitation. It should be noted that trafficking in person is not limited to cross-border countries, but locally as well.
What I was
Yes,
saying.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So from one province to another, from one community to another, from one location to another. So that is what is happening. So the mandate of the Department of Social Development is to provide measures to protect and assist victims of trafficking in persons, and to provide for the coordinated implementation services to the victims of trafficking in persons. So today, the department has embarked on several processes in order to achieve its mandate, which are as follows: like identification and protection of victims, provision of safety care, like temporary and long-term for victims, accreditation of shelters, assessment of victims, monitoring and evaluation of service delivery, training and capacity building, prevention and education and awareness, as we are doing now. That's what we're doing. Actually doing prevention. We're actually educating our communities. So also reporting, as we emphasize that people should report. If you suspect or you know of anyone that is being trafficked, you must report it. Yes.
Sure. And the mandate.
Yeah, so that is our mandate as the Department of Social Development, because what we do is we make sure we protect them. We assist our
Somebody is
victims,
asking,
yes.
where do you report? Where do you report? Is it safe to report to the police, Bongile? Because sometimes we are told they are also working together with these people. Is it safe?
It's safe to report to the police. Remember, at the police stations, we also have a victim-friendly room where our victims, it's either a victims of human trafficking or a victim of gender-based violence, they can go to that VFR and report any suspicion of human trafficking. And those people who are there are trained to work with victims, so they have knowledge. They will be able to assist them correctly.
Let's hear what our queen here, Caroline Turnbull, says.
Oh my, this is an answer to prayer. This topic that you're having right now on Radio Pulpit. Thank you very much, because I'm involved with a guy that is on from Facebook, and I've always had questions about him. Now God is showing me. I've been praying and asking Elohim to show me this guy, the deepest secrets that he thinks I don't know. And yeah, you are revealing it all. Thank you so much. Shalom. Have a good day. Shalom, it's Caroline again. I accidentally deleted that message. I don't want my name mentioned. Please don't mention my name on the air. If you're going to do it, you can mention the message, but not my name. Thank you.
Oh my.
Shalom. Bye.
Oh my, may the Lord keep you safe, because we just got this one now. Unfortunately, but fortunately, may the hand of the Lord be upon you as well. Sure, we talk to people on these platforms, and you think you know. We even call them family. Kati, yes, like our tsotis right there. So, resources of tip?
Yeah, so the resources of tips is that number one is care and support of victims. Number one, we have shelter accommodation. So when the victims are being rescued, wherever they have been rescued, they need a shelter. which means these people are in need of a shelter. So Department of Social Development is able to accommodate them. So due to the integrated nature of the program and alarming rate of tip matters in Gauteng, the department has upscaled current resources pertaining to care and support of victims. So the department has fully accredited and pre-accredited shelters for suspected and confirmed victims of trafficking. So we also have funding, which is apart from the normal shelter funding, the department furthermore provides specialized funding to the accredited shelters to provide the following needs, like your special dietary requirements. Like, for example, if we have a victim from Thailand, they don't eat the normal food that we are eating in South Africa, like your pap and everything. They will need their snakes, you understand? We need to make sure that we go and catch those snakes for them.
Sure.
Yes, so their toiletries, their medical care, their psychological services, interpretations, because sometimes we don't understand the language that they're speaking.
Yeah,
so
so
we
you
need
need an
someone
interpreter.
that is going to come and interpret for them so that we're able to assess them. Yeah, so air and road transport, like, for example, if they need to be repatriated, those people need to use a plane or any form of transportation to go back home. So those are the resources that the department is providing. So apart from the above mentioned, it is important to know that any other need that may arise will be covered from the allocated funds. So some other things we may not have mentioned
Yes,
yet, but
yes,
maybe if they come up, then they're able to be
They're part
covered
of the
for.
resources.
So
Yes.
number two, as we're talking about shelter services relating to TIP. So at the shelters, when they're there, what is it that they receive? Number one is assessment. They get to be assessed, and then they get their psychosocial intervention, where maybe a social worker will be working with them. If they see that maybe this person needs more intervention, maybe they'll be referred to a psychologist or a psychiatrist or something like that. Because remember, these people have endured trauma. So there's a lot that is going on. So we also have skills development in our shelters where, remember, victims of trafficking, they stay in our shelters for a long time. So we make sure that we provide skills development where maybe they learn to do nails, for example, to do hair, so that when they get out of the shelter, they are able to
reintegrated
do
into
something
society,
for
they're
themselves.
able to live on their
so that
own.
they don't get to be re-trafficked because maybe they don't have anything to do and they were like, you know what, I rather go back to trafficking. Yes. So we also have case conferences. Remember, we have something that is called a victim charter. So the victim charter, it's something that is going to tell you the rights of the victim. So the victim has a right to information, for example. So when we do the case conferences, that's where we check where is the case. So we update the victim or maybe the SAPS or the DPCI, which is the Hawks. This is where they are with the investigations and everything. So we give all the information. We come together, the DPCI, the Department of Social Development and everything. And then we come together with the victim and say, okay, this is where we are with the case. So we call that a case conference. So we also have something that is called reunification or repatriation services, where maybe, for example, if a victim is a South African, we will go to the family and do the home circumstances and check if it's safe for the victim to go back home. Is the family okay with the victim coming back home? We prepare them and everything. And also the repatriation.
Is it safe for the victim?
You understand?
Yeah.
Also, when they have to go outside the country, we check at that side. Is it safe for our victims to go back home and everything? So we also have aftercare services where we check the clients after. Are they okay? Are they coping and everything? So they also receive those services. We don't just neglect them and say, no, they are out of our shelters now. We don't care about them anymore. So it is important to take note that the above mentioned services are provided within the shelters. However, various key role players are roped in to ensure that the needs of the victims are comprehensively provided for. So trafficking in person take place in many forms, affecting different nationalities, including foreign nationals, mostly undocumented. So it is therefore the mandate of the Department of Social Development to ensure that victims are reunified and repatriated with their families once recovery and healing has been provided. So the service requires an integrated approach with various stakeholders. So that's what we do, as I was saying to you, that we work with different stakeholders, the DPCI, the shelters, maybe the Department of Health and so forth. Yes, so that's what we do. So number 3, we have Corridor Tip Ambassador. As I'm sitting here, I'm
You
a
are
Tip
one.
Ambassador. So the Department of Social Development has appointed Tip Corridor Ambassadors to attend and coordinate all matters of trafficking in their respective corridors. So when we talk about corridor, corridor. Usually people used to say it's a region,
Yeah.
like it's one region.
Yes, yes.
We have your Johannesburg Central. We have, so those are the corridors now.
Corridors, yeah.
So we call them corridors
Corridors,
now.
yeah.
Yes. So we also have prevention and education and awareness.
Yeah.
Where training and capacity building on a continuous basis is done to maybe the staff members, like maybe government departments, non-profit organization, FBO, CSOs, and ECTs. This is to make sure that service providers are empowered with the appropriate knowledge, roles and responsibilities, current trends, so that they can provide an effective and efficient services to their respective line of work. Because you need to understand what is human trafficking, what are the elements of trafficking, how can I identify a victim of trafficking when they come to my office. So that is very important.
Sure. Sis Ntombi, your work is just, whoa, may the Lord keep keeping you guys. I'm hoping that we're also going to see you guys talking about not trafficking, what's now on the rise as well. Both, people are being, is it abducted? Is it, what's the right word for it? Where they steal a person and they demand money from their
Families, yes,
kidnapped
yes.
as well, because a lot of that is now taking place as well.
That's true.
But I believe it falls under also human trafficking,
Yes, true.
because there's money involved, there's
Yes.
transportation and exploitation.
And exploitation.
Oh,
at the
now
end of
I'm
the
good.
day. Yes.
Now I'm good with this. Now I'm good.
It means now we're going to get more clients
Of
from
course.
Radio Pulpit.
So now, when it comes to reporting, how should one do the reporting part? Because we see a lot of people who brush a little bit with human trafficking, who has a brush a little bit. I have a friend. She's now late. At some point, she didn't have a house where she stayed. She didn't have, she didn't have an office. She didn't have anywhere to go. Her family is far, and she had this car. While she was still trying to raise funds to go back home, she stayed in her car. And at some point, these guys tried to steal her, and people were taking pictures. But by God's grace, some guys came and they started fighting with the guys. And when she fainted, and when she woke up, she was in hospital because the other ones kept on saying, "She's our girlfriend. She was sleeping with us yesterday," and then she ran away. And the others were like standing and taking pictures. There's this other one that didn't, like the one I interviewed. I found her on social media. She was hysteric and she was like, "I have to warn you because this just happened to me."
Yes.
And then there's another one who also put it on social media to say, "I was coming from work." She's a nurse. And I took a taxi. Now I was puzzled. Everybody in the taxi was sleeping except for the one who was sitting with the driver and the driver. And they put me in between. And then they spoke to me and then they said, and then the driver said, as we were driving, and said, "Where are you climbing off?" And I said, "No, there by wherever." And then he asks the other one, "Should we take her with us?" Ooh. And then they said, "No, she's a nice person. Let's drop her off." And then when they drop her off, they said to her, "Because you're nice, we are dropping you off. Otherwise, you'd be like them." And then now she sees everybody is sleeping in there. Until they are drugged, they are trafficked somewhere. I don't think she took the registration of the car or anything like that. And then she put it on social media. So everybody who's going through this are putting it on social media. What are the right ways of reporting this? Because I think immediately when one had just that brush, they need to report.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's because you are shocked. So sometimes you don't know what to do at that moment. So sometimes you might think after to say, "Okay, let me just post it to social media." But also you are raising an awareness like that. But it's very important for it's like anyone can report. Like, instead of taking those pictures, make sure that you report. Even if you just suspect that someone has been trafficked, go to your nearest police station, call an emergency number or something like that, and report. We have the human trafficking hotline. That is 0800 222 777. 0800 222 777.
That sounds simple,
Call
it
that
is.
hotline number.
Yeah.
You can also use the GBV number, that is 0800 428 428. 0800 428 428. You can utilize those two numbers to report any suspicion of human trafficking. So if you see any activity, maybe whether in your community or anywhere else, please call those numbers and report that you're seeing these activities happening. And then the DPCI will come and check if really there's activities happening in that place. If there is, then they will be able to rescue those people, and then we'll be able to continue and rescue the victims of trafficking.
Yeah, raise the alarm.
Yes.
No silence about it.
Yes.
My queen, thank you so much for coming through. I think we didn't do justice because we were running. You have to come back. I'm hoping that you would come back and engage some more with the listeners of Radio Pulpit. I think everybody today is like, we are all in a shock. We are all in a shock.
Yes.
But I'm so grateful for those who took it upon themselves to say, let me communicate with them in studio as well, raise a certain matter or ask a certain question or whatever. But yeah, I think we need more and more of this as well. More and more of this.
Yes.
And your advices to the people of South Africa. I mean, now girls, women, young men are afraid of going to malls.
Yes.
Some were taught, and I still don't understand it, where you find a person is walking with a child, but they don't even hold the child's hand. I'm like, dude, that's a kid. Why are you not holding the child's hand?
Yeah.
Why ngwana a itsamela aliwani? And you're like, Pakisa! You are there and the child is there behind. Anything can happen.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, some of the children were taken from the trolleys.
Yeah.
Whilst a mother was still picking some potatoes or some oranges there,
Yeah.
and somebody just took the child away from the trolley. So what advice do you have for us?
Yeah, so what I want to say is that we are living in a country or in a world where human trafficking is very high. So it's very important to educate our children as parents to know about human trafficking. Maybe find a way, something that you can do, maybe to say to your child, if you find yourself in a place where maybe someone just took you, write something in your hand to say, maybe I'm trafficked, so that maybe if you are in a car, you can just put your hand in by the window, just to notify someone to see you that something is happening to you. So sometimes we must not even ignore the red flags. If you suspect something, just report, and then we will deal with it after.
Okay.
Yes.
What about the sign languages? I've seen in other countries they do something like an age or
Yes,
whatever,
yes,
and then
yes,
they
yes.
say this is a way of saying help. I
Yeah.
saw a woman being rescued
Yes.
on social media, but it was real time, real thing that was happening.
Yes.
And the rescuers were the ones, and they were like, she says help, she says help. So should we also be educated about this and educating our children?
Yeah, we need to be educated about that, and we also need to educate our children. Hence, we are also doing the initiative of going to different schools to make sure that whether it's a primary school, high school, they know about human trafficking, they are aware of the elements of trafficking, so that they can be able to see if maybe they found themselves in that particular situation, to say they will be able to know what to do when they're in that situation.
Susan Ntombi, thank you for coming through. And so where can we go on the website? What is your website where we can find out more about the events and stuff as well?
Okay, so you can check at Facebook, Instagram. We have the Gauteng Department of Social Development. Just say Gauteng Department of Social Development, then you'll be able to follow all the events that are happening under our department there.
Thank you so much for coming through, and may God awesomely bless you and keep keeping you.
Thank you so much.
Family members, do remember the hotlines, the National Human Trafficking Resource Line is 088. It's actually 0800. It's 0800 222 Let me say it correctly. 0800 222 Alternatively, you can use the GBV Command Center line, which is 0800 428 428 0800 428 428.
Get ready for a powerful day of praise at Sunlight Replenishment Concert 2025.